Post it everywhere in here. And pow. There we go. Ooh, let me stand up. There we go. Had to have the sound off. I was talking to Shihan over there. We're getting the last set of stuff set up for hopefully reopening next week. Oh man. What'd you do for the last day of school? Yeah, I'm gonna grab these. Oh, actually, we still got a little bit of time. Oh man. I'll leave these here for them for a second. on here. Looks like it all linked well. There we go. Cool. And no dropped frames. Excellent. Connection's looking all good. Perfect. Ooh, we had a nice. Oh, very cool. These videos. Who made up the videos? Was that like the whole class came together to make it, or you kind of sent in a video and your teacher edited it? It's a fun word to say. Did the editing? There we go. Much better. We don't have words staring back at us. Flip grid. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool that everyone was able to come together and do that. I know there's been a couple people that I know have had birthdays recently or graduations, and their family asked a whole bunch of friends to send in little clips, either saying happy birthday or congratulations. And it's cool to see that happening. You can still get to see, little words of encouragement from those people around you, even though you can't quite see them yet. $3:14, huh? Yep. All right, we got about 15 minutes here. I looked into getting I don't know if you were there a while back when I talked about having a countdown timer. I looked into it a little bit, but it's a whole bunch of code that people have written, and I ended up having to like pay for it. I'm like, I don't think it's that important. At least that was like all my preliminary searches. Couldn't find anything different. Ooh, I should check something out real quick. I will be right back. There we go. Back and set. And trying to remember, that's why I went to go check here, is I don't remember the announcement or the message of the week, and I don't remember the warm-ups for this week. I remember doing alternating lunges, but I can't remember the other ones. And 12 people there. Oh, cool. Yeah, everything's being allowed to kind of pick back up a little bit by little bit. We've got announcements about that too. I'll be talking about it at the beginning of the class and then also right at the end. What's our time looking like? A little over 10 minutes. We've still got some good chunk of time. I'm gonna do some shadow boxing when we're getting closer to like 5 minutes till start, just get a little warmed up a little more. We'll go right back one more time. There we go. To everybody who's jumping in or is already in here, we're going to be doing a little bit of a shadow boxing class today, so if you guys have any gloves that you want to wear for that, then that would be a really good time to go grab them. Not mandatory, of course, but if you would like to. It was fun to start to wear them again. I hadn't done that in a while, but it was fun to wear them again. So, if you got gloves and you want to wear them, we've got some shadow boxing to do. And of course, when we tie, I'm going to, oh, that roundhouse kick. Touch there. Yep. It's going to be a pretty standard thing, I think, with all exercise stuff that you're going into. I know a couple other fitness places in town doing the same thing. There we go, 10 minutes. All right, cool. We're coming up to the start of class. Let's see, make sure there's nothing, no questions in Discord, it doesn't look like. Yep, still good. Hey Ethan, how are you doing? Hopefully the end of school went well for you. Whole family, awesome. Good to have you guys here. Excited for a fun one. We got some fun pinions to do. So pinion 1, pinion 2, pinion 6. Pinion 6 is always a fun one with the open hand. Dad's here too, cool. Training together is a blast. Just doing anything together is a blast. But I know I used to train with my dad all the time. He took karate and got all the way up to 3rd degree black belt. It was really cool to have him actually help with part of my tests, and I got to help with part of his tests too. Ooh man, last day of school. That's some pretty exciting stuff. Summertime. Also means the heat getting up a little bit, of course, but will be fun for everybody. Gotta get this just right. Belt wasn't quite the right length on each side. It's the first time that's happened to me in a while. Here we go. Usually, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but usually all the fraying here kind of gets the belt tied at just the right spot. We had an instructor at one point who tied the belt so consistently, tied it the exact same way every single time, to the point that there was like little tears on the belt from tying it in the same spot. Made for a belt that stuck pretty well. And my old one, my last one, my third degree, the bars here, the advanced students here might remember, the bars started to unravel, and so one of my degrees was cutting down to like half of a degree. I was able to test just in time to not lose that full degree and have to do the third degree test over again. Not that I would have had to do that, but it would have been fun. Anybody else who just joined? Anybody have something fun that they did on the last day of school today? You guys either got chances to do little parties with everyone else, or I heard there was a video everyone made for as well as class. But I'd be interested to hear what at the end of the online learning school year look like. Hey Finn, good to have you. Ready for some fun Pinion 6, I hope. The advanced group, level 3 group 2. What are we at? Oh, 6 minutes. Time goes by fast. Get quick, one more drink of water here. Ooh, I'm excited for it. Summer's gonna be a good one. Had donuts, Kona Ice Track. Ooh, cool. When I was, this must have been when I was like 8 or 7 or something like that. I'm forgetting what the truck was called. It was that I don't remember what company it was from, but there used to be the hot dog truck or something like that. Whether the Wiener Schnitzel mobile or something like that. I remember me, my dad, and brother driving, and we saw it, and we chased it on to 113 all the way into Woodland. So I know the feeling. Gotta stock it and get it. Donuts for breakfast sounds pretty good too, though. I was gonna go today. They were sold out. I'll have to check it out tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of shadow boxing here. If anybody wants to join in for a little bit of pre-class warm-up, just gonna do some Muay Thai to the air. I mentioned earlier, if anybody's got gloves lying around they want to wear again, it may have been a couple of months since we put these on, kind of get used to them again. Now have a good time. We're gonna be doing some shadow boxing in the warm-ups, and then the Muay Thai, of course, is the second part of our curriculum. So if you guys want to get a little shadow boxing going here. Throwing those jabs, those crosses, on the elbows, even push kicks. As you know, right, we've had some roundhouse kicks. Boom. In our curriculum this week, right? Having some fun. I'm getting videotaped from the side over here. I might be on Instagram Live over there. I'm not sure. Everybody jumping in. We've been setting stuff up at the school, so we got a couple of people here knocking masks and setting up rings for us, and just getting everything prepared. Coming to next Tuesday. That's soon. Oh, man. That 360 round. I know we also started working on the shuffle roundhouse kick, right? Going about 30 more seconds just with this quick warm up. Those knees, hooks, uppercuts. Oh man. Especially when you get to the bag, that uppercut just dropping the hip and rising into it. Whew, it feels good. I'm going to announce a little bit of that stuff. So once we get like right towards 3:30, and then I'll also announce it at the end of the class too. I've got a couple of announcements that can be convey a little shorter, like on the stream here, and then you're also going to be getting an email that has a little bit more in-depth detail to that. Sifu Miran has joined us too. Good to have you, sir. We're about like 30 more seconds here, getting a little shadow boxing. Anybody else joining in? If you wanted to grab your gloves, if you've got any, to do our shadow boxing. We're going to do some more in the warm-ups, and then Muay Thai later. You can go ahead and grab them. If you don't want them, that's okay too, right? But I've just been enjoying wearing them. It was a long time. Super Justin's here too. Good to have you, sir. That front kick. Boom, boom. We're going to be doing some shadow boxing, Sifu Justin, and we got some Muay Thai as part of our curriculum. So if you've got gloves you want to wear them, man, go grab them. I had a lot of fun wearing them again. For a while, I was just, doing some running and push-ups instead of regular warm-ups, and it was fun to bring them back out for the recorded class, and also just kind of my personal workout when I do in here, using the gloves and doing some shadow boxing. It's fun to wear again. Right, it's those things that you don't really realize you miss until you get a chance to do them again. Kneel down to tie the belt always feels good. Getting those gloves on was a lot of fun. And getting back to pinions, I always enjoy them. What's our time looking like? 3:29. Let me take this off. I'll give another minute, and then I've got a couple of announcements, and I've got them written down right here just to make sure I don't forget them. A couple announcements I'll mention here at the beginning of class about the goal to reopen next week, and then also I'll do them at the end of the class too. Hey Olive, welcome to the class. I'm not sure if these are in the exact order I wanted them in though. I'll just make sure I hit my whole bullet list as I go through. Good, we'll give about 30 seconds here, and then I'll go through that list and we'll get started. All right, well, I'm gonna do one more check here, everybody. Make sure that everything is okay on Discord. Yep, looking good. So, let's get this started here. Make sure I don't forget any of these, so I'm going to hold on to this for a second. So, regarding questions about the plan to reopen, you guys may have heard that the state gave fitness centers, gyms, the green light to reopen. I believe the official date that they can start is on Friday, so tomorrow, man, this week went by fast. Our goal is to open up next Wednesday. That would be the 17th. Make sure that we have everything in place to make sure it's as safe as possible. So, first thing, just so you guys know, when we do reopen, the online classes are going to stay, right? We're not going to cut that out and say, no more online stuff. We're still going to have the pre-recorded classes, and we're still going to have some live classes too. So instead of Thursday at 3:30 and Tuesday at 3:30, which they've been recently, right? It's going to be on Thursday night, I believe. And that still may have a slight adjustment to a slight change. But Thursday night for the Tiger class and for the All-Right class. Other than that, in order to make sure that we keep the classes as safe as we can, we actually are setting up rings in the rooms, limiting the students that can be in the class at the same time. And we're going to have some assigned classes based on students' previous attendance. And you'll be hearing about that very soon. We've got it all just about set up. It just needs to go out to an email. So you have the assigned classes, and I want you to check in before you're coming to class so we know who's going to be here. And you can do that through, there's going to be a mobile app you can download for it, or through the website and the software that we just use for attendance. And that the drinking fountain and the bathrooms are going to be closed, bathroom except for emergencies. So we ask that you guys wash your hands, that you arrive before you come here. You arrive in your uniform and use the restroom before you come to class. When you do get here, We're opening the doors for your class about 5 minutes before it starts. We'd ask that you put a mask on before you leave your car. We'll get a contactless thermo check, and then you can jump into class. Again, we're going to have the assigned spots so that you can go through everything. The classes are going to be slightly shortened for now to accommodate us being able to clean the mats after every class. We wanted to make sure, again, that it's as safe as possible. And as restrictions ease, then we can increase the time again. Other than that, let me just make sure I got everything here. Yeah, there's going to be no sparring in class, right? There's no contact. But if you would like to wear gloves, we are going to have Wave Masters, one for each student, which again are going to be disinfected after each class. And if you've got some gloves, you want to use those as we hit the bags, then you're welcome to do that. I'll tell you guys, getting hit the bags again is a lot of fun. So, other questions you might have are probably going to be answered in the email that's going out pretty soon. If not, you can send us a message. Discord's the quickest way to reach us. We're going to be doing a lot of Muay Thai stuff, a lot of sparring stuff with Wave Masters, doing some pinions, kicking sets, striking sets, blocking sets. Some of the stuff we've been doing now, but yeah, right, we can't do any bear hugs right now or club defenses. We want to make sure it's as safe as we can. And then finally, I had one more there. Is just in terms of prep class and black belt tests. There will be a prep class still, just for brown black belt and student black belts. And then in regards to black belt tests and that kind of stuff, you can ask me at a later date. So, no pinion 9. We're going to do a different one. Don't worry, sir. Anyways, let's get ourselves started here. You got some gloves. We're going to warm up with some shadow boxing. So, I'm going to move around here. Sebastian's here too. Cool. Yes, the class schedule will be online. Again, the class will be assigned based on previous attendance. So we have kind of, if you were normally here at Tuesday, Thursday, we're trying to accommodate that and have you at around the same time. But I'll announce all that again at the end of class, and then I have more time right then to ask any questions. Let's get ourselves started here, all right? Let's come on, attention first, man. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir, let's bow. And shadow boxing, we're gonna be in our Muay Thai marching stance. Hands are staying up. Notice I'm shifting my weight and trying to make it unpredictable, so it's not just this rocking back and forth. And shadow boxing, jabs, crosses, any kind of Muay Thai moves, hooks, uppercuts, roundhouse kicks, elbows, knees. We're gonna combine these together, these blocks, right? Shielding blocks, boom, jukes. Combine them all together and imagine you're fighting an imaginary person, all right? So, or imagine you're fighting me, okay? Ready, and let's go. Ha, shh, shh. I'm gonna make sure that since I got a little space here, boom, I'm turning and facing different directions. Shh, shh, shh. Ha. Just trying to keep myself moving here. Boom, boom, ha. Step up, boom, push kick. Shh, shh. That roundhouse kick. Boom, 360 round for any of those advanced students that have worked on it. Boom, jab, jab, regular roundhouse kick. Ha, ha, ha. Elbow. Rising elbow, 2. Uppercut. Can't forget about the dropping elbow. There we go. Make sure you're keeping your body moving this whole time, right? It's one thing to just kind of stand here. I'll tell you guys, this gets really boring really fast. When I'm trying to move around, I'm going jab, jab, cross. Oh, I got a juke. Boom, throw that cross in there again. Jab, cross, ooh, block. Kick. That's when it becomes exciting. This feels as fun as you make it. If you want to be really bored, oh, do you want to have some fun here? Push kick, round, Superman punch. Whew. I remember doing those a couple months ago. That was the first thing the adult class did. In terms of Muay Thai, as we started the shelter in place, Whole bunch of 360 rounds. I'm enjoying those. Let's go 30 more seconds. I'm on 30 more. Make sure that heart rate is up. Breathe in hard here. If not, push yourself to get a little faster. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Going jab, cross, round. Boom, that combo of the week. Pow. Have that into 360. Regular one now. Boom, boom. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut is a fun one too. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. There we go. One more combo. Ready, and go. There we go, and break. We'll go ahead and take those gloves off. Hopefully breathing a little heavier here and getting that heart rate up. Now, I realized that like a couple seconds before we started the class, I remember one of the warm-ups we did this week, but I don't remember the other one, so we're gonna do at least one of them. If you've got a warm-up that you really wanna do and you wanna write it down in the comments, then we'll get to it. Let's have a real good workout today. So, we did alternating lunges is one of them. That, you start, take a step forward, kneel, or lunge, and then back. Alternating lunges, all right? We're gonna go 45 seconds. You do not have to bring sparring gear, yeah. Ready, let's go for it, 45 seconds. Try and keep your posture, right? Try and keep these hands up too, it's a good practice. Now as you step forward, you don't want that back knee to hit. I'm not sure if you can see here, but I'm gonna bring it close to the ground. It's not actually touching. That would be me resting on the ground. So I wanna get close, but I'm not letting myself touch the ground. That way I'm using the muscles in my legs to keep myself up. When you rest on the ground and you just kneel down, right, that's not using any of those muscles. Oh, where's our time? Oh, there we go. Okay, good. We have 10 seconds left. Oh, yeah. How many seconds there? 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. To summer gis. Yeah, you can wear a karate t-shirt was the summer gi, right? Ooh, some pike push-ups. Let's do them. For pike push-ups, a couple ways you can do this. I've actually got some dumbbells over here because as you guys know, my wrists have not been happy recently. For pike push-ups, you would put your hands on the ground for these instead. I'm going to use these to keep my wrist straight. Instead of a regular push-up position, bring the feet a little closer, drop your head, and push back up. You can make it a little more challenging if you want to, right? Get like if you've got something that you can put your feet on. Couch near you, it's okay to put feet on, or bed, or something like that. Put your feet up on something here. And ooh, let me bring these down a little farther. Then it's using more of your weight to push yourself back up. So we'll go pike push-ups, about 30 seconds. Make sure you guys give it your all, right? Don't settle for anything less than 100%. I'm gonna give it my 100% here. I want you guys too, okay? And Hetty's here too, cool. Any extra questions, just right at the end for me, okay? Ready, about 30 seconds. Set and go. Don't forget to breathe, everybody. Especially as you're pushing yourself back up, that's when you want to exhale. So, right from here, that's the exhale. There we go. Let's say about 10 more seconds because I lost track of time. And I'd rather go a little longer than a little shorter. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Whew. Getting tired here. All right. Let's get some flutter kicks. I know we did those recently. I'm not sure if it was this week or it was the week before. Any other requests in there? Not right now. Okay. Some flutter kicks. Remember these ones here? Gonna break full. Keep the legs out straight. Keep my shoulder blades off the ground. And I'm gonna flutter the feet back and forth, up and down like this. Making sure that I'm using my hips to do that and not my knees. So it's not here, but instead straighten them out. Keep your legs straight. Keep the knees straight. Use your hips to kick your feet up and down. And we'll go about 45 seconds with these ones. 45 seconds flutter kicks. Ready, set, and go. There's my second hand right there. Cool. So, flutter kicks, working these abs, right? Want to make sure that we keep the abs tight through the whole warm-up. Squeeze the abs, make sure you're working them. If I let my head rest, I lose a lot of the engagement in my core there. So, keep the shoulder blades up. Try to not keep your neck tense though. You want the neck relaxed. It's just the abs. Where's our second hand? There it is. All right. We got about 15 seconds. Yeah, 15 seconds left. Again, keep breathing, everyone. Want to work those abs. If you need to take a quick breather, take it and then try and jump back in. 3, 2, 1, and break. There we go. Let's make our way back up. All right. Put my feet up too. Ooh, man. I've been trying to do for a little bit is use the Weightmasters here and try to put your feet up like real high. I guess a lot of weight, it's a good press there. Let's get a little bit more legs. I love working the legs, either squats and jump squats and lunges. Do some regular squats or jump squats, or, all right, and if you're getting a little teenage years up, if you guys wanted to add some weight, if you have like a backpack you could hold on to, or if you've got something heavy you can grab for these squats. I'm gonna do something called goblet squats. I got a weight here. I'm gonna hold right up against my chest and just do a regular squat, adding a little more resistance. So let's go about, again, 45 seconds. Let's get these warm-ups awesome today. Ready? And let's begin. And then I also realized at the beginning, it's been a long week. We're doing a lot of stuff here. That I do not remember the message of the week. If anybody does remember, they want to write it down, we can go over it. If not, then I'm going to pull a random one. Looks like we're about 20 seconds in. Keep breathing, right? You want to breathe on that extension as you stand back up. You can also keep your core and hold your breath tight, and then at the end, exhale. There we go, and break. It was already 45 seconds. Man, that was fast. All right. Unless we got any last requests for some warm-ups, we're going to move into some stretching next. So, I'll give up like 5 more seconds there. Are there any last warm-ups anyone's dying to do? Or that sound really challenging and you think it'd be really funny to watch me do them? Coming right back, all right, Superman, see you in a second. Well, doesn't look like it, so let's jump into some stretching here, everybody. I'm going to start with the butterfly stretch. Sitting down, bottoms of the feet together, push down on the knees. Keep yourself upright, try and keep that back straight. Again, great time to take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. You go through here, you do these stretches. We'll take one leg out. You can't quite see that, huh? One leg straight and reach for those toes. As you guys do that, I would like to say something. As many of you guys are aware, especially because you're in school probably, or just got out, end of the school year today for a lot of us, huh? I want to say congrats to all you guys who are wrapping it up, or if your school ended a little earlier, it's ending a little later. So congratulations on was probably a really challenging year, right? Especially here in the last couple months. Whether you realized that as you went into that online learning that was something you really enjoyed, or it's something that you didn't enjoy, right? It either challenged you to try and change how you learn and kind of push yourself to improve at something, or it was something you realized that really worked for you, and that could be something that's good to know going forward. So congrats guys on finishing the year. I never had to do that, and I'm awestruck that you guys were able to pull it off. So awesome work, whatever end of that you were on, of enjoying it or just like despising it. Awesome work, guys. So if you didn't already get that other leg out there, last call. I'm not sure if anybody remembers what the message of the week is this week. Officially a 7th grader. Congrats if we were on. Get to move into a junior high in Davis here. 7th grade was a fun year. I remember I went to Emerson. It's fun to be able to go into a school and have a whole bunch of different teachers. Awesome. Well, I'm not saying a message of the week, so let's think. What would be a really great message of the week that we could do today? Ooh, going to Holmes, cool. I had a lot of friends that used to work there, or not work there, sorry, I had a lot of friends who used to go to school there. Message of the week that we haven't done too, was it lengthen your line this week? If not, I'm gonna go with it. Lengthen your line sounds really good. All right, so lengthen your line. If you look at any line that you've got, you ask yourself, is this a long line or a short line? Well, it's hard to tell, right? Stomp out the fire. I'm gonna show, we'll go with lengthen your line. And we'll get stomp out the fire real quick too. But lengthen your line, right? You don't really know how long a line is unless you've looked at some other line, you can compare it to it. And the challenge with this is, if you're thinking of a line as like your skill set, it's easy for you to try and compare your line and your skill set to somebody else's, right? So I'd be able to look at the person next to me and be like, oh man, that person is so good. And it's easy to make myself feel bad about that. Or I look to someone else and say, oh man, they can't even do a roundhouse kick. It's like their first day. It's easy to try and make myself feel good about that, when in reality, their skill, their ability should have no impact on me, right? I want to be worried about, not worried about, but I want to be aware of my own skill and where I was before. So lengthen your line is not, hey, is my line longer or shorter than someone else's? It's, has my line improved? Have I done something to improve myself and make that line just a little bit longer? And that's what that's when we're really gonna see positives from it, or realize, hey, my line got a little bit shorter. I wasn't stretching as much as I used to. I want to switch the gear on that. I want to turn it around and start to stretch just a little bit more. So lengthen your line. Don't worry about the people next to you. I know it can be really easy to get caught up into it. Worry about where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. So let's see, the other one, stomp out the fire quickly, right? Simple stuff. When you've got something to do, get it done as soon as you can. If you let this little fire, like a little match, go a little longer, and then it falls on something, and then the fire grows a little bit bigger, and the fire grows a little bit bigger, it takes longer and longer and a lot more work to put out, right? Sorry, it takes a lot more work to put that fire out. But if you were able to take care of something as soon as it popped up, it becomes a lot easier to handle. Whether that's like cleaning your room, right? You got one thing down on the ground, it's really easy to clean. But if you let it grow and then all of a sudden all of your clothes are on the floor and you forgot to pick up your backpack after the last day of school and somehow there's like a moldy sandwich in there that fell out, all of a sudden that's like a painful thing to have to clean up. When you do it right away, super easy. Even in terms of like friendships. If someone did something that hurt you or upset you, if you let that just kind of grow and fester inside of you for a couple months, it's really hard to go and talk to someone about it. But if they upset you and you can go the next day or week when you've had a second to think about it and kind of respond to it in an intelligent way, it's a much easier conversation to have. So stomp out the fire quickly, take care of things as soon as they pop up, don't let them grow into these massive problems. So that is it for our messages of the week. Multiple of them. Let's get to our pinions here. We had 3 different ones that we were doing. For beginners and level 1 students, we had started working on pinion 1 part A. Level 2 students started working on pinion 2 part A, and then level 3 and 4s, so green belts and up through black belt, are doing pinion 6. Maybe new for a lot of advanced, review for black belt, so get a chance to touch up on it. For beginners and intermediate, teen and adult, white belt through through blue-green, I believe it was pinion 2 this time. I'm not 100% sure. Oh man, I'm forgetting everything this week. Hopefully you guys had a chance to practice it and you remember better than I do. So either way, let's get started here, and I'm sure it'll pop back in my brain in a second. So pinion 1A for beginners. The cool part is we already remember the blocks because we did them recently. The important ones we're going to need to know are outward block, upward block, inward block, and cross blocks. So to get started, we always start set position, right? We're going to slide with our right foot for this. Right foot steps out, upper cross block, pull it into our horse's stance. And that's how we start pinion 1 and 2. From here, we're going to take a step back with the left leg. I'm going to mirror you guys for right now, okay? So left side of the screen over here, right? Right side, right body. So left foot is taking a step back, and the right hand is going to be doing an outward block. That's move number 1. So again, if I'm here, left foot back, right hand outward block. Move number 2, stepping back this time with the right foot. Upward block with the left hand. So again, I'm going to scoot a little closer here. Left foot back, outward block with the right hand. Left foot back, upward block right foot back, left hand doing the upper block. And then one more step back, right hand is going to be doing the inward block. Those are the first 3 moves. I'm going to do it one more time facing the wall over there, but I really wanted you to see how those blocks were working in front of me. So if I was doing it this way, set position, step out, left foot back first, right hand outward block. There's 1. Step back again, upward block is 2. And then 3 is that inward block. Some of you may have realized that certain times I was stepping together with my feet and then stepping apart. That's called a transition stance. So if I was here, transition stance. You can utilize that now if you want to. If you just want to go from that forward stance to the next forward stance, you can do that as well. Pinion 2 team. Let's get started on this one. Again, we start the same way. I'll do the first time facing this way. Set position, step out, and in fact, probably better if I face you, especially those first three moves. The first move, a double punch down. The second move, we bring them up, double back knuckle. So 1 and 2. Again, 1, 2. For the next one, we're doing a palm block with the left hand. It should be the same as move number 6 in blocking set 2, right? Which we worked on recently. 1, 2, 3. All right? 1, 2, 3. One more move, and for this one I am going to face the other way so you can follow along a little bit better. For move number 4, the left foot is going to slide together. It steps straight back. I'm going into a horse stance. So just the left foot in, left foot back. I'm going to do a check with my left hand, is basically hitting with just the blade of the hand. Yeah, like that, doing a little check out in front of me. And then my right hand can punch down. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Left foot comes in. Left foot steps back. This is all move number 4. The footwork and this check with the left, punch with the right. So, level 2 team working on pinion 2-part A. I want you guys to start with those first 4 moves, all right? And then everybody else working into pinion 6 here for my green belts and up. This one is done entirely with open hand, with the exception of 2 moves, 10 and 11 if my memory serves me correctly. For this first thing, I'm going to show you guys facing the red wall. For pinions 3 through 11, we start with something called a squatting position or horse's stance. So we'd start in our set position. Our left foot is going to do a little circle and it points to the left. Then our right foot does a front kick. And at the same time, I'm going to punch my hand. So left foot, punch and kick, and then I just step into a horse's stance how I normally would. Here, left foot, turn to your left, kick, and horse's stance. Once we're in that position, it's just going to be facing towards the front, so I'm going to face you for just a second here. Let's say we just did that whole kick. Here we go. Right foot steps in, double palm block down. My feet are just together, you can't see them right now. Then it's a double peacock block up. So 1, 2. 1, 2. For 3, right foot steps out, double shudo chop. Hopefully you remember the shudo chop from striking set 3. For us, level 3s, we had done shudo double short and then also shudo double long. For this one, just shudo chops, right? And then 4, we get this double spear, and it's easier to show when you've got like another person, but basically the blade of your hand is trying to hit right here underneath the jawline, hitting to the neck. So I kind of flick the wrist, boom, so that the blade of my hands hit at the same time, again, on the opposite sides there. So one more time for my pinion 6 team. Right foot in, double palm down, 1. Double peacock block up is 2. 3 is that shudo chop, double shudo chop I should say, and then 4, the double spear, all right? Pinion 16, start working on that with that squatting position or horse's stance. I'm gonna jump back into pinion 1 now. Quick review of it, we're doing our forward stances. Yes, thank you, Steve Justin, right? All of pinion 6 is open hand, with the exception of 2 moves which we'll get to in part B. Pinion 1 team, here we go. We had just done the first 3 moves, right? So we slid into our horse's stance, the left foot comes back, the right hand outward block is 1, right foot back, left hand up is 2, 3, we step back with the left foot. Now, moving forward so you can see my footwork a little better here. For move number 4, the left foot is going to step forward now. Now the first 3 moves we did backwards. For the next 2, we're going to be moving forwards. Left foot steps up. Notice again that my feet are still apart, they're not in a straight line. I'm going to turn to my right and do a downward cross block. So closed hand just right there, okay? That's 4. And now for 5, I need to turn all the way around, and I'm going to use my right foot. It's going to step to the front of the room, right towards this red wall. This time I am in a horse stance. You can tell, right? Because my feet are in a straight line here. Bend the knees, upward cross block, and this one is open hand. Need a reason to remember it, or some little trick? 5 is open because, high five. Hopefully you guys high five towards the screen too. Right? 5 is open because it's the high five. 4 is still closed. I don't have a rhyme or reason for that one. But 4 closed, 5 high five. Awesome. Let's do it one more time. Ready? We start set position, step out with the right foot. There's our sliding into horse stance. Left foot back, right hand block. 1. Right foot coming back, upward block, left hand. 2. Left foot back one more time, right hand inward block. 3. For 4, left foot steps forward, turn to the side, downward cross block, closed hand. You can notice there's that gap between them. My feet, I'm in a forward stance here. And then finally for 5, horse's stance, open hand, cross block. We turned 180 degrees to face to the left side of the room. Excellent. Pinion 1 team, start working on that. If you have a question, let me know and then I can answer it, okay? Level 2 or Pinion 2 team, we had done the first 4 moves, right? 1 and 2, double punch, double back knuckle. Move number 3, left hand does that palm block across the body. Right hand should still be chained. 1, 2, 3. For move number 4, it was just the left foot. So again, facing the same way as you guys. Left foot comes in, left foot steps back. Check with the left hand, punch with the right hand. Again, that is all move number 4. Lucky for us, move number 5 is nice and simple. Move number 5 is just a side to side on our left side. So, this is the front of the room. The camera right now for me is the back of the room. So I'm going to go side to side here on my left. It should be, for you guys probably if you're facing towards the TV or whatever you're watching the video on, it would be away from that, probably. 5 right here. One more move for Pinion 2 Part B, or sorry, Part A, is going to be this big turn chop. So my front leg, the right leg in this case, is going to step behind me, all the way into another horse's stance. So it'll look like this. There's a big rotation there, just the right foot moving. Again, right foot, it's the one that was closest to the front, steps all the way to the back. And I'm going to chop to the back of the room. That is move 6. Again, here, side to side, left side, right foot behind, all the way around, and chop to the back. That's the end of Pinion 2 Part A, all 6 moves. Why don't you guys start working on those? Make sure you're feeling good with them. Again, the left foot moves for move number 4, and the right foot is moving for 6. This would be a good time to quick pause for everybody. I know I mentioned it in one video. I believe it was the Pinion 2 video, but it's important for us all to know, is general rule of thumb in all of our pinions is only one foot is going to move at a time. So I'm very rarely going to find myself in a position where I'm going to step with one leg and then the other one does something. It does happen every once in a while, but it's for the most part always going to be, hey, one foot is moving, one foot, maybe a different foot. All right, you guys can see that there, right? One foot moving at a time. So just good thing to note. Pinion 1 and Pinion 2 teams, keep working. Pinion 6 team, we've got the next couple moves. We had gone through move number 4, right? We had our squatting positional horse's stance, left foot to the left, right foot kicks, you punch your hand, and then you just go into your regular horse's stance. Move number 1, right foot in, double palm, 2, double peacock block. I know it's a little hard to see right now. 3 is that double shudo, and 4 is the double spear. I'm going to face you guys for a quick second so you can see these moves a little bit better. 5 and 6 are both going to utilize grip breaks. I'm going to have one hand strike down, extend the arm, palm down, and the other one circles up. So turn on the side here, you can see it, right? And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And this is a really good thing to just kind of practice, get your hands working at the same time. It's kind of like an outward block and kind of like a downward block at the same time. You would be striking the bottom of the wrist and striking up on the wrist if someone was grabbing your gi or grabbing the lapel of your shirt. Boom. Here we go. In Pinion 6, you move to grip break with your left foot and move again with it to a back stance. We were saying in a later section. Yeah. There'll be a time when you use the same foot and go back and forth a little bit. But here's my grip break for 5 and 6. And then I'm going to add in a forward stance as well. So right side first. That'll be right hand up and left hand down. If we had just done this double spear, right foot steps forward, grip break. And I'm exaggerating this hand, you can see it's a little higher than it normally would be. Same thing other side. Alright, so that's 5 and 6 added in. If I do it facing you one more time, and again mirroring everything, so this is your right hand over here, left hand over there. I'm calling different, that's actually the right. Left and right. We've done 1 and 2. 3 and 4. We're going to have the right foot step forward, grip break, and then the left foot steps forward for our next grip break. Again, palm up on this one, palm down right there. This arm is nice and straight, keeping the elbow locked, while the top arm has the elbow bent. We've got 3 more moves for that, but I want you guys to drill up through 6, okay? Making sure we go bit by bit. It makes it a lot easier to learn. Are there any questions so far about pinions 1 or 2 yet? Pinions 1 or 2? Please let me know. Otherwise, there's some more general things that I'll mention. Let me give it just a quick second for that. If not, then I'll jump into some other important stuff about those pinions. Okay, so in terms of the sliding into a horse stance for pinion 1 and 2, you're going to see this done in 2 different ways, really, and both are correct. It's just kind of whoever taught you it. And I'm going to run through the pinions again here. You can either go chambers, upward cross block, and you pull it back as you sink into your horse stance, or here chambers, and then that upward cross block happens all by itself. So either of them works, whichever one feels better to you. Try them both out, see what you like. So yes, we're going to go through pinion 1, and then we'll go through pinion 2 and do them a couple times. So pinion 1 team, right? I'm going to face the same way as you guys, especially with that left and right for 4 and 5. We slide into our horse's stance, left foot back, right hand, 1. 2, we step back, upward block. 3, again step back and inward block. For 4, left foot steps forward, turn to your right, downward cross block. And then 5, stepping up to the front with that right leg. So again, right leg is the one that's in front of you right now, is going to step forward, horse's stance. That's pinion 1. Pinion 2, let's go over this, ready? Step position, we slide into our horse's stance. Again, it's a double punch, so move number 1 should be here. The back of my hands are facing away from me. 1, 2, those back knuckles are going straight forward, straight back, and then the left hand palm block for 3. I know especially it's hard to see when I'm facing the wall here. 3 is that palm block. 4, left foot comes in, left foot comes back. Check with the left hand, punch with the right hand. Now we're going side to side, left side for 5, and finally, right leg going behind us. We want to turn 180 degrees. Right leg behind us, all the way around, chop to the back. One more time, especially with 4 and 5 and 6. 4 comes in, steps back, check and punch. 5 side to side. 6, that big turn, right hand doing the chop. Awesome, so 1 and 2 have a chance to keep practicing. Pinion 6, we've got 3 last moves. Normally, just so you guys know, if we had like an A and B, I would do the first 6 moves for 1 day, and then I would do 7, 8, 9. This kind of format kind of forces us into the 9 moves at once. But if you're practicing on your own, I would do a lot of like, hey, I'm going to do the first 4 moves. Okay, I'm feeling good. Let me add 5 and 6. I'm going to do that a lot. Then I'm going to add 7, 8, 9. And I think in the videos, I did that a little bit too. It's like, hey, let's do the run through on 6, the first 6 moves a couple times. Just so you guys know, okay? So, pinion 16, here we go. Step position, we do our squatting position. So left foot to the side, right foot kicks, and then you got your horse's stance. Move number 1, they come together, double palm. 2, double peacock. 3 is that double shudo chop. 4 is our double spear. And then we get into the grip breaks that we just talked about. I'm going to face you real quick. So, right foot is going to go first. Right foot forward, grip break. Right hand should be on top. Then 6. Left hand on top. Make sense? 5 and 6. Now for 7. The right leg is going to come in to a cat stance. We should remember our cat stance from pinion number 2 we had one. Ooh, hold on a second. No, pinion number, oh yeah, we should remember from pinion number 2. But if not, my feet are in the shape of a T. See if I can get a little closer, you can see a little better. Feet are in the shape of a T here. All my weight is on one foot, the top of the tee, and no weight on this other one. I should be able to pick it up and set it back down, all right? When I do that, my left hand is gonna do a check out in front of me with the blade of the hand. 8, stepping forward with the right foot into a lunging forward stance. Again, we should remember this from pinion 2. We're doing a low spear to the groin. This one should be palm up. It's one of the odd ones out. Here, 8. And then last move, right foot pulls back, spear to the throat with the right hand. So again, 7, right foot comes in and we check. 8, step forward, spear to the groin. And then 9, it comes back to that cat stance, spear to the throat. I forgot to mention 7, 8, and 9 are all going to the corner. They're going at a 45-degree angle. In this case, forward and right. So keep that in mind. Pinion 16, do you guys have any specific questions on that? How wide should the grip breaks? What do you mean the grip break stance? Oh, the grip break stance? So the grip break, you're just in a forward stance for those ones. Sorry if I didn't mention that. But after 3 and 4, if I step forward here, it's just in a regular forward stance. So really the width depends on how long your legs are. Remember, you want the width to be the same as the depth. You want your front knee bent, back leg straight. You shouldn't be able to see your front toes because the knees should be right over them. You meant, okay, yeah. Just a regular forward stance on those ones. So again, the width of those stances is always going to be a little different depending on your legs. And then in terms of hands, it's just shoulder width. This one should be at my shoulder height and right by my shoulder, and this one down a little bit. Cool. Those pinions rocking. Let's go through them one more time each, okay? For all of them, I'm going to face towards that red wall there, all right? And it is pinion 6, not 16. Sorry, did I say pinion 16? Oops. A little tired, huh? All right, here we go. Pinion 1 team. Pinion 1. Ooh, that might have been it. I might have said pinion 6 team. Like the team of us that are working on pinion 6. I think that might have been it. Here we go. Pinion number 1. Set position. Right foot steps. Upward cross block. Move number 1. Left foot back. Right hand outward block. 1. Move number 2. Right foot steps back. Upward block with the left. And 3. Stepping back one more time with the left foot. Inward block with the right. You'll notice that with blocking set 1, remember? Outward blocks, upward blocks, inward blocks. It was in that order. Same thing here. It's nice for us, huh? So, for 4, step forward, turn, kind of breaks the habit or the order here. We're going downward cross block instead of a downward block. That's okay. Downward cross block. And then for 5, upward cross block, open hand. All right. Pinion 2, my team for pinion 2. Here we go. Set position. We slide into a horse's stance. Move number 1, double punch. 2, double back knuckle. 3, palm. Now with a movement here. Ready? 4. Left foot in, left foot back. Check with the left, punch with the right. 5, side to side on the left side. And 6, that right leg goes behind us into another horse's stance, and you can only see one foot right now, and chops to the back. And just due to the angle, you can see there's a gap there, but in terms of vertically, this vertical line, my feet are in a straight line. Pinion 6, guys. Let's do this one more time. You ready? Here we go. We start set position. Left foot, small little circle there. Step out and then punch as you kick. Horse's stance. Right foot comes in, double palm. Double peacock block, so that's 1 and 2. 3, double shudo. 4, that double spear. 5, right foot forward, grip break. 6, same thing other side. For 7, the right foot comes in together. Or sorry, not coming together, it comes into the cat stance. Check with the left hand. 8, we're stepping in that 45-degree angle. Spear to the groin, palm up. Again, a lunging forward stance. We should have stepped a little farther than a regular run. And then 9, spear to the throat. Excellent. And that's where we left. That's where we leave off for part A of pinion 6. We're 1/3 of the way done with the pinion. Yes. Pinion 6 team. Yep. Excellent. Any last questions, guys, on those pinions before we jump into some Muay Thai stuff? Hopefully it's not too confusing with me kind of jumping back and forth of facing you in a way. I try to face you when there's those moves that are right in front of me because it's kind of hard to see those ones if I'm facing the wall there, but I like facing the wall, you get a better idea of the overall movement of the form. If not, we're going to jump into some Muay Thai stuff. Nope, all right. At least if you Justin feeling good with pinion 6, that is good to hear because I know you tested on it for your black belt. All right, let's do some Muay Thai stuff then, guys. That's our second set of curriculum. Again, if you got some gloves you want to wear, I'll tell you that I've been enjoying wearing these again. Muay Thai, it's M-U-A-Y space T-H-A-I. M-U-A-Y, I would type it, but I don't have my fingers ready right now. So, Muay Thai. Super quick review, Muay Thai marching stance. We should all know this here, right? My feet are kind of in a walking stance. I'm going to be shifting my weight back and forth, but I don't want to let it be predictable. Let me scoot forward here. I saw a whole bunch of... change the last letter in Muay to a Y. M-U-A-Y. So here, keeping my hands up high, kind of shifting my weight back and forth. Throwing these strikes out there. No, Stephen Justin, just Muay Thai. Throwing my jab and my cross. Jab always being with the leg, or the hand, which leg, let me phrase this differently. If my left leg is in front, my left hand is going to be this jab. Right? It's just because it's a little closer, it's this quicker strike. This leg is farther behind me, so that becomes my cross. My hips are able to turn over a little more and allows me to punch with a little bit more power. So, here we go. Here, I just want a quick jab cross from everybody. You might hear it referred to as a 1-2. 1 being with that lead hand, 2 being with the back hand. 30 seconds, I want to see it. Go for it. Ooh, that's a great question. Do we physically march or do we do a little bounce? So, in a Muay Thai stance, I don't want to bounce up and down. I'm going to be shifting my weight back and kind of moving it around this way. In sparring, we like that bounce just because of its more point style, and I want to be able to quickly move. With this Muay Thai, I want to be a little more grounded because, boom, it's all about that power and that strike, right? There's a little bit more self-defense based. I want to be able to throw this strike and hit hard to allow myself the opportunity to get away. So, hopefully that answers the question. A couple more seconds here. Just get this jab cross. Jab cross. Jab cross. Again, make sure you breathe every once in a while. You want to exhale on those strikes to get a little more oomph into them. There we go. Now, break. We got some roundhouse kicks that we added in. And there's a couple variations to this that you can do. The most simple, the basic one that I always love practicing, and I'm sure you guys, especially black belts, have probably heard this way too many times. You're getting upset at me by now. I like to go back to the basics. I love to go back and just practice my roundhouse kick. Make sure that my jabs and my crosses are sharp. Because if I can't do that, then what's the point in learning something really advanced? Because I'm not going to be able to make it look sharp if I can't make the basics look sharp. So, basic version here, really great one though. Back leg is doing a roundhouse kick. So I go jab, cross. I'm going to take this front foot and turn the toes out to the side. That's going to make my roundhouse kick a little easier to set up. Then this back leg can come around and boom, it hits. You also might have noticed there that I had a small little pivot. So see this foot now? Originally it was pointing to the side, like towards the Weightmaster, and now it's getting more back towards the whiteboard there and the shields. I could theoretically do this. See it pointing towards you right now? Pivot all the way around. Just requires a little bit more coordination, a little more balance. This one I think is a little easier to set up. Boom, here. Now I don't have to pivot as much. I can just throw that power into that leg. Boom. All right, there we go. Again, jab, cross, round. Jab, cross, set it up, that little jab step, and boom, roundhouse kick. Do a spin hook kick. I would prefer not doing a spin hook kick, and Muay Thai is not a lot of power. What you will see sometimes with this roundhouse kick though, and higher ranking students, you might have seen this before, is a 360 round, where this leg's going to come all the way around, goes like this, through the target. And what you can do, actually, this is one a really fun one to do. Jab, cross, I'm going to do that 360 round, but I set it down early, and I come across with a block there. Or, jab, cross, round, boom, spinning back fist. You get a nice, powerful hit there. Like 80%, yes. I want to monopolize that word basic to make sure it's good. Cool. Here, let's keep going here. So, boom, boom, jab, cross, and roundhouse kick. The other one that we did was a shuffle round. And this is actually what I did like all day on Sunday when I was hitting the bags, was I would do a jab, cross, shuffle round. So, instead of the back leg kicking, I'm going to end up with my front leg kicking this one. Jab, cross. Now watch this. Front foot is going to pull back a little bit. The other foot's going to step forward a little bit. That allows this foot now to throw a roundhouse kick in. Again, jab, cross. 1, 2, roundhouse kick. Other side here. Boom, boom. Right, if I've got this bag here, and I'm thinking about doing this switch round, I would go here, front foot pulls back, forward, and I can kick. I should look at my target next time. There we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That shuffle around, you guys might remember shuffle axe kick if you're higher ranking. Muay Thai is all about power, right? It's a little more self-defense based. You want to hit hard. If you got a partner and they're holding pads for you, right, you're not going to like knock their arm off, but it should have a little more power in the moves. So again, practice whichever one you wanted to do. I've got my jab, cross, regular round where this back leg hits. And I've got the shuffle where this front leg is going to hit. Jab, cross, boom. Either one works. They're just the two combos for this week. So let's go about 30 seconds here, guys. Ready? And go. If you don't have a bag, right, I'll just be here. Boom, boom. If you've done the 360 round, you have trained it with me before. It's a key phrase there. If you haven't trained it with me, do not do it. But if you've done the 360 round and you want us to do that, you still can. Just make sure you've got the room around you so you don't get hurt. Right? Jab, cross, shuffle. Roundhouse kick. There we go. Keep it going, guys. You got about 10 more seconds. I just want you moving. Keep those jab crosses throwing, that roundhouse kick right afterwards. Yeah, but no shuffle axe right now. It's the same idea, right? Axe kick's not the most powerful technique. And you got to get up like the head height. Gonna throw a lot of challenges into it. All right, everybody, break real quick. I want to get another like 10 seconds and right after this, but I wanted to mention one more thing. When you're thinking power in these strikes, a lot of times in Muay Thai, the roundhouse kick isn't going to go up to head level. It's going to go body level, or it's going to go leg. In our sparring, we don't do any kicks below the belt, but leg kicks in terms of like self-defense can be incredibly powerful, can be incredibly effective. Imagine taking a roundhouse kick to the side of the knee here. Right? If I had to get away from someone, I had to do something to keep myself safe, that roundhouse kick low is easy to throw and it can do a lot of damage. So keep that in mind. 10 more seconds here and I'll show you guys what I mean. With these roundhouse kicks, it's not always going up to the top of the bag. In fact, I don't think any of mine did. I'm thinking more like this. Boom, boom. That's looking at what? About body height. I can also kick a little lower. And you can get a good chunk of power into that. So 10 seconds. Ready, set, and go. Boom. Shuffle. Round. Again. Jab, cross. Round. One more. Jab, cross, and pow. Roundhouse kick. There we go, everybody. Wherever you're at, let's break action work with that Muay Thai stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take my gloves off. Hopefully you guys are breathing a little hard over there. We're putting that effort in. Roll this back. There we go. Guys, I told you guys, if you push yourself, you can get a really good workout from that. And I can do pinion 2 right after we wrap some stuff up, okay? But that's all we've got in terms of the curriculum, and I'm going to jump back to pinion 2 for you heavy at the end, okay? Before we bow out, I mentioned at the beginning in terms of announcements, I'd announce this again. Actually, let's bow first, and then we're going to do the announcements, okay? So we'll bow to here. I got announcements in terms of what we're planning with our reopening. So if you got any other questions regarding that, let me know, okay? And I can answer them now. But let's go to attention. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to make sure that this is at least said before we bow. is starting next week. We are planning on reopening. The live classes are not going away. They're going to be at a separate time because normally a Tigers class would be going on during this. It's going to be on Thursday nights, I believe. I am blanking on the exact time, but I want to say like 6:15 for Tigers and 7:10 for the all-rank class, just so you guys know. But I'm going to go through my announcements right after this. If you have any questions, you can let me know, and I'm going over that pinion too for you, okay? So let's bat it here. Class dismissed. Thank you for everybody who joined. Getting some announcements here real quick for everyone who missed them earlier, or if you wanted to hear them again. The state gave gyms and fitness centers the green light to reopen on, actually tomorrow I think is the official date where they can. We're going to be targeting next Wednesday as our date to reopen. We want to make sure that all of our systems are in place and that everyone is as safe as can be. So next Wednesday is our targeted reopen. We're still having all the online stuff. In fact, Mondays there are not going to be any classes because it's all reserved for recording and editing to make sure we got everything on Discord. So there will not be Demo 2 Med at the beginning, Seafood Justin. Based off your guys' previous attendance, we're assigning you to a class, and it's going to help us ensure that class sizes stay down to the minimum. Like right now, the class sizes are 10 as a max. And we'll let you know as soon as we can. We've got everything set up. We're just waiting to make sure it's all polished up so we can send you that info in the email. So you're going to have an assigned class. And then before you come to class, we need you to check in. You can do that through an app on your phone or through a website that we use for sorry, words are escaping me right now. Our membership software. And that info will be in the email that goes out to you guys. So you can check in, make sure that you check in. There's no drop-ins. When you do come, make sure that you have washed your hands beforehand, that you come in your gi, and if you'd like to, you can bring a water bottle. But our bathrooms are going to be closed except for a major emergency, and the water fountains, the drinking fountains, are also going to be closed. No sparring or contact in class. But if you want to bring gloves, each ring that you're assigned, you're going to be in a little spot on the mat, is going to have a wave master that's sanitized after each class. If you want to bring gloves to hit the bag, we're doing a lot of Muay Thai and sparring stuff to it, okay? Class length shortened a little bit, so that helps us make sure we can mop the mats in between each class. Make sure they're all disinfected. When you're in the school, you are going to need to wear a mask if you want to. Check this out, it actually came today. We can rock an Inspire mask. Hopefully you can still hear me there. Right, Inspire mask, and then there will still be prep class, but it's only for brown black belts and student black belts. So that's my spiel that I got for that. If you got any more questions, let me know right now, okay? It is the last digital class before in-person classes, but we still have another live YouTube class next week. Again, I believe it's Thursday. If there are any questions that come in, I will answer them. Hedy, I mentioned I would do pinion 2 one more time, so let's do that real quick, okay? Let me make sure that I can see myself here. Make sure I stand for you. So, pinion 2, right? Set position, right foot steps out, upward cross block. That's our slide no horse stance. Move number 1, let me fix you real quick. 1 is double punch. 2 is double back knuckle. 3, left hand palm block. From there, left foot comes in, left foot steps back into a horse's stance, check with the left hand, punch with the right. So again, left foot, check and punch. Side to side left, and then finally, right leg goes behind you. That's really key. So it's not coming in front of me, it's going to go behind my other leg before I chop to the back of the room. And we're done with that first section. How important are gloves? They're not mandatory in any way, right? The big nice thing about the gloves is if you're doing a lot of jabs and crosses, you don't, rub any skin off your knuckles like my 2nd degree test. But, right, if I wanted to do, instead of jab crosses, substitute palm strikes, right, I can 100% do that. It still gets you a great chance to practice the strikes, hitting the bag, and still a great workout with it. So, you are welcome, Hedy. We have the masks here. I'm not sure what the protocol is with them. I'll let you guys know about that. I personally don't wear wraps underneath the gloves. If I was hitting a much heavier bag, then I probably would, just for a little extra support of the wrists. But I think it's better to practice making sure that I can strike here without them, that I can hit with that straight wrist, making sure that I've got lighter strikes and I build up the power on it over time. Or you can 100% just do the strikes to the bag with your fist like this. You only run into issues if you're doing like 400 punches with each hand. But I do know people who have worn wraps underneath them. And yeah, but I like wearing just the gloves, especially because then it's easy to take off and I've got my wrist mobility back for like push-ups or any other martial arty stuff. You can do that. We've got some gloves here too. I'm not sure what the price difference is. I think ours are $30, if my memory serves me correctly, $30. But we like the company. We practice a whole bunch of them, and these are our favorites. If you're going to do one or the other, I would go with gloves and not wraps. Again, because especially if you're thinking martial arts afterwards, I guess it won't be as much now if we can't do, like person-to-person contact. We can't do a punch-stack defense. But there's going to be times when you want to be able to move your wrist more and be able to grip a little bit better. And the wraps kind of can be a challenge to that. I believe we have a couple different sizes in gloves. I know we've got different sizes for kids and for adults. I don't remember if we have multiple weights. I know that they come in different ounces, so 12, 16, 10, 8. I know we have a smaller size for kids' hands, and then we've got a bigger size for teens and adults. Bye, Hedy. Bye, Sifu Fez and the whole family. Thank you guys for jumping in today. We do have gloves for sale at the dojo. I can't see quite right now. There's a big box over there from a new mop, but you can get those ones here too. We've got smaller sizes for it. You can come check them out and test them out. See you soon, hopefully, Sifu Justin. Looking forward to it. And anybody else who's still here, we are going to have a video. I forgot to mention that earlier. It wasn't a part of my official announcement, but a video of basically the process of coming into the school, going to class, and leaving the school. That way it's a little bit more familiar, right? So you're not coming in here blind away. I have no idea what's going to happen. We're going to have a video kind of detailing the process so you can see what it's going to be like. As well as we got a little sheet that's got a checklist of like, hey, these are things I need to remember to do before I come to class, what I'm going to have to remember in class and after. So we're trying to make it as easy for you guys to come back with all the changes and making it, of course, as safe as possible. So let me get back to you on that one, Heavy, okay? That'll probably be with our announcement and email that goes out. If not, I'll announce it on Discord, okay? But thank you, Finn. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate having you here and everybody else who joined in too. Get some water here. Hey, Sebastian, thanks for jumping into class. Hopefully Pinion's going well for you. Having fun with Pinion 1 there, right? All right, any last questions out there, guys, regarding either the curriculum we're doing right now or reopening stuff and all those plans? Bye, Sebastian. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're having a good end of the week and a good end of the school year. Move that far enough forward you don't have to see it. There's no last questions, and I'm going to be signing out in just a second here. Oh, I should have said bowing out. Man, that would have been better. There's no questions. I'll bow out in just a second here. There we go. Second take was the correct one. Looks like not so. If anything does pop in your mind, guys, of course, you can shoot me a message on Discord, and I can answer those pretty quickly. So thank you, everybody who's still here, for coming to class. I had a lot of fun. And looking forward to seeing everybody soon, whether it's in-person classes or if I see you guys next week online with the curriculum, all right? So thank you, guys. Have a good, not afternoon anymore, huh? It's like 4:30. Have a good evening, just about. And hope you guys stay safe. Let's bow to here. Class dismissed. Bye, everybody.